Kalenspark.
No.
Yeah.
No. Thank you so much. You guys can sit. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thanks, guys. Thank you. Yeah, we're so honored to be here and to be up here speaking to you. And last conference, I went into labor the day before the conference, so we weren't there. And Anthony had a talk that he was really, really excited to share at that conference. I was always going to be staying back because that weekend was my due date. But I didn't think I was going to go into labor, so I had told Anthony to go.
We thought the baby would wait.
So him and Phoenix and Pierce and my mom were all ready to go to the conference, and he was really excited to be able to share at that conference. So then I went into labor on Thursday, and obviously couldn't go
Like
to
48 hours.
real quick, and obviously couldn't go. But it was like Thursday night, and I see him, like, if you know Anthony, you know he's like a shuffling paper maniac. Like he's always been like that, like just piles of papers, and he's just like always like. So we're in the hospital, and he's like shuffling his papers, and he's like, and I'm like, "What are you doing?" And he's like, I was just thinking, like, it's Thursday, so he was slated to speak on Saturday, so he's like, like, maybe I could get there and back, and I'm like, I just look at him, and he's like, no, I just was kidding, Yeah, you were just kidding. But
I missed my 118th conference, I think. Start a new streak, now I'm at 1.
But that being said, he has a very powerful message, and he has worked really hard. And he's if you know him, he's like always talking all the time, and that.
I don't know if that's a positive or negative.
But he was like nervous and excited to be able to share. So I wanted to give him the amount of time and have him share his message. I know that's unpopular. People think that I'm just giving him my time, but he really has worked hard on this. And since we weren't at the last conference, I wanted him to be able to share. And so love you very much. And
love you very
here
much.
He is.
All right. What an amazing talk by the Cardonas. What an amazing idea. They are such thoughtful, loving people. It was absolutely amazing. Thank you, Tony, Vinny and Dana, Dennis and Danielle. We are so eternally grateful for the life we have, for the time you've spent, and for all you've poured into us. We're so thankful, and we love you guys very much. I do have to start with a confession. I was listening to Brian Bowler last night, and it's been weighing heavy on me for about 10 years. I don't put the cart back. I don't put the shopping cart back. All right? But hear me out. Hear me out, okay? I'm doing God's work, okay? Number 1, helps people to learn to overcome adversity. God's delays are not God's denials. Number two, a lot of people praying for a parking spot. They have a hard time walking, and they need to learn that faith without works is dead. But the biggest, number 3, I think it's a little bit of value signaling. AI's taking a lot of people's jobs. Joey needs to feed his family too. He needs that job. Sometimes I hear a whisper after I leave the cart in the spot. Thank you, my good and humble servant. It's like a lived sermon. So that's my take. I'm sure some of you don't put the cart back too. I'm not lawful good, I'm chaotic good. It's different. It's very different. I was talking to my great friend, Dwan Graham, and he said that Dawn, before he knew I'm losing my voice here. I heard that Dawn, before he knew my name, just called me the crazy guy. It's fair. It's a fair assessment. On Brian's talk, though, I loved him. I love what Sal and Katie said about them, Brian and Sia, keep reaching out to them when they quit and not devaluing because they left. And how exciting it is that now they are back, which wasn't the reason they did it, because I find a lot of people, they treat people differently. based on what they can offer them. And now they have another platinum leg coming on with Sal and Katie, and we love them. We're so glad you're back. But I love hearing that. I think friends are about who you are, not your position, not what you can get from someone. And I have a lot of great friends. Some of the best friends in the world you can have are Michael and Dana Monaco. They'll defend you. They will defend you in the dark. If you're their friend, they will be with you forever. Matt and Camarina, so excited that you're back in Q12 qualification. Juan and Christina on the D'Onofrio team. We love you guys. The Davises, Joe and Karen Davis. Every time I see them, they're just such wonderful people. And there's so many of you. There's so many of you. The Rex, so thankful to have them on our team. Gary and Kim Reck, they're just such wonderful people. The Ryans, we're so glad you guys are here. But I'm thankful to be here. And hopefully my message lands today. I prepared it differently. I typed it out. So hopefully, that's why I'm so nervous. It's a different way I usually do it. I don't have my legal pad. It's like a blanket. But I find most of us, myself included, we can get caught in a very dangerous trap. We believe that life is a fight or it's a struggle. We believe life's a journey with an important purpose at the end. And the goal is to get to the end successfully. We need to get to the end with a certain achievement or embodiment of virtue or accomplishment, to have achieved something, to have left our mark, to be significant. And maybe it is. I'm just a humble Amway salesperson. I don't know. Take it for what it is. But I'd like us to all consider a different way to look at it individually. What if life's not like a race to a finish line, but it's an experience? I believe life's more like a dance. It's not a race to be finished. It's something to be savored. It's something to be enjoyed. It's not always pushing things into the future. I'll be happy when. I'll feel better when. It'll be okay when. When you listen to a symphony, the meaning of it isn't in the final note. You watch a film, you don't just go to the last scene and say, okay, I got it. People dance. The goal isn't to say, well, where are they going to go? Where are they going to land? It's not the point of the dance. It's not the point of the film. That's the point. You just skip ahead. The value's not in the arrival. It's in the participation. It's in being present. It's dancing in the rain. It's enjoying the seasons of your life. It's enjoying the season of when it might be hard and you're not getting edified. Or it's enjoying the season when you do. But it's enjoying it. It's the journey of it. It's the experience of it. I don't think it has to have any other purpose. This is a game, and I think Amway is a worthwhile game to play. I think it's a worthy game. It's not perfect, and I don't love everything about it. I don't love everything about Amway. I don't love every Amway product, in all candor. You might love different products, so I'm not going to tell you which I don't like. But before considering your success, you need to decide if the game's worth playing. Is this a game that's worth playing for you? Because that's a much more important question than if you're winning. Because if you win at being the best VCR salesperson in the country, I don't know if that's worth it. So I think we need to be careful just measuring winning and losing. The impact this has made on my family is hard to describe. But my wife wouldn't be able to do the things she does if it wasn't for what this has offered us. I wouldn't be able to have the life. I wouldn't be the person that I am. I chose a direction and a vehicle that didn't index my strengths. This business doesn't index talent, it indexes effort, it indexes character. And when you have a lot of talent, you very often are lacking in character. Because when things come easy, you're not used to doing things that are hard. Because people keep telling you it's going to be hard, but if it's always easy for you, it's not the same. It's a game. You have to understand that it's a game. And the meaning in the game is the play. It's the effort. It's the daily things you do and enjoying what you do. Because if you don't take joy in the things that you're doing, you're pushing your life off into the future. And you're going to wake up 10, 20, 30 years later with whatever level of success, none or lots. I don't know what your future is. But I just don't think that you're going to look back on waiting to enjoy your life and having joy and enjoying what you're doing and being happy when you get to the end and the curtains close and you find that it was a farce. When it's too late. We only have this moment. We only have now. The past is your memory. Future doesn't exist. It's just now. So the question I'd like to pose is this. What happens when we stop taking the music and the dance so unbearably seriously? I see so many people walking around with this constant low-grade anxiety. I'm not doing it right. I'm not doing enough. I'm not doing life right. I'm not doing Amway right. Nothing is right. I'm not living properly. Measuring yourself through someone else's eyes, your parents, your spouse, your upline, society. And we're forever preparing to live in the future, which again doesn't exist. I must go phase B to be on the team, and then I must do a 90-day core run to learn the skills and to build the team, and then I got to go phase C to be able to get the respect of my upline, then I got to stay phase C to go platinum. You got to do more, you got to do more, you got to help more people do it, and then you die. And I want to be clear. I want to be very clear, because this is touchy. I don't want to be confusing. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with it. I think there's a problem with our orientation towards it sometimes, which is a very big difference. It's a nuance. If it's an endless cycle of purpose where the purpose is always somewhere else, no matter whether you're stuck at phase B or you're dragon fruit in Amway, life's always later then. Success is never enough. You're stuck in the tyranny of more. You're living in the gap. You're not living in the gain. You're not giving yourself the credit for who you are and what you've done and the success you've done and the debt you've paid off and the fact that you're still here when it might have been hard to come in, or that you got here and you barely made it because someone told you it was a scam or a pyramid and you barely made it, but you're here. Or you've thought about quitting for 10 years and you didn't. Do you know how few people keep doing something that they committed to and don't stop, regardless of what you've achieved? Your purpose is here. It's like you're reading a novel and you only care about how it ends. You're skipping the whole thing. You rush, you skim, you flip pages without tasting the language, looking up the words, without feeling the tension, without noticing the beauty, just to get closure. And when you reach the final page and you shut the book and you say, is that it? Followed by quiet emptiness. And you rush from book to book, checking off how many you read to get an attaboy or an attagirl. You're not understanding or applying anything, and you wonder why you're the same person year after year. No one gets an award for how many books they read. Your life only changes by when you change your actions, not by the books you read or the talks you hear. You miss the performance because you're obsessed with the outcome. Money in your account, recognition, status, comparison. And all the while, you pay a small price of yourself, a small piece of your soul for approval or success. It's what happens when life becomes a problem to solve instead of a reality to experience. It's what happens when we construct seriousness and institutionalize it. You say you need credentials, that you need to have a bigger pin to have a voice. You need to be good enough or smart enough or well-dressed enough. And how dare someone do something because they chose their own worthiness, including you going out and building your own Amway business, when there is atypical success for few. I think it's all chasing of the wind. We turn existence into theater and often only realize it was a farce, as I said, when the curtains close. And we're afraid the audience is going to discover the truth. We're making it up as we go. The whole thing, we're all flying by the seat of our pants. We don't know what tomorrow brings. It's an illusion. The secret's that no one does. Nobody actually knows what's going on. I was ashamed of myself when I realized that life was a costume party and I attended with my real face, Franz Kafka. One of the biggest lies in network marketing that I think people fall prey to is that if you believe hard enough, you're going to succeed. I'm not saying belief is bad. Thinking often precedes action, but not always. And often thoughts and intentions operate independently of our actions. But the work of success is always the same. It's just different work. In this business, you got to talk to thousands, probably tens of thousands of people, learn how to talk to tens of thousands of people. Amway isn't magic, it's math. It's a mathematical equation. It's not about you being Mother Teresa or Einstein. They talked about what you wear for your confidence. The clothes don't matter. Your confidence does. How you see yourself does. But most people, this isn't the right path for them. It's like an actuarial table, it's just the math isn't linear. So you can't do 10 and sponsor 1. Sometimes you do 70, like Luis and Jackie did as Founders Emeralds, and then you sponsor 8 in the next 10. You have to do a huge body of work. But existentially, I think that we all need to have a reckoning. Because the reality is that most people won't build a big Amway business. And I don't think it's because they can't. I don't think it's because you're not good enough. I just think that a lot of people don't decide to do this work on themselves and on the business, and that's okay. It demands more than some businesses do in different areas. But there shouldn't be any shame in your choices either. You just got to be honest with yourself about it. Is this a personal development hobby or is it a business? It's a different orientation. It's a different level of seriousness. When you hear the people going platinum, they've chosen to treat this as a vocation and as a business, but that's a choice you need to make. I don't believe that we need to drive people, and I don't believe that inadvertently making them feel ashamed for their commitment or their activity level helps them move. I believe we simply need to affirm people. Help them with their value and their identity, like Frank's amazing talk last night talked about. See the ability within them, believe in them, encourage them, and help them begin to listen to their own inner voice, not replace it, not override it with our voice. Find their inner confidence, their voice, their path, your path, and to begin to trust themselves. Because when you don't trust yourself, you're going to always be existentially disoriented. You don't know what to believe. And when you outsource your responsibility to someone else, that locus of responsibility to your upline or to Amway or to the apprentice program or to your pastor or to your mom or to society or wherever you put it, you play the victim. You have to take responsibility for what direction you want to go. Whether anyone likes it or not, that needs to be your choice because no one can make you. We all play roles: business person, parent, leader, success, failure. Roles and games aren't bad. I don't believe they're bad. They're wonderful until you forget they're a game and you forget they're a role. And Amway's just another game. And I hope you choose to play it because it's given me and my wife and the leadership and a lot of the people that are building big businesses an amazing life. But it's just a role. The trouble begins when you believe the role is who you are. This is your life. Don't confuse the mask with who you are, or the game you play, or the results you've gotten or haven't gotten. If you do, it hardens, it calcifies, and then it demands protection. And it has to be defended in your ego. And suddenly you're carrying the exhausting responsibility of proving that you're worthy and you're serious and you're legitimate and you're respectable. And ultimately it becomes your identity. So what's the alternative? Feels terrifying. If I'm not serious, if I'm not this role, if I'm not this game, if I'm not striving towards some grand justification, then who am I? But the fear of being willing to not identify with the mask is the misunderstanding. We think the opposite of seriousness and identifying like that is emptiness, and I don't believe that to be true. The opposite of seriousness is playfulness, joy, enjoying what you're doing, enjoying the process of playing the game. I think Dana Pappalardo is one of the best examples of dancing through life. Life's not shallow because it's playful, it's alive. It's meant to be fun and savored, like I said. I see baby Stella laughing, and you see someone like Matt D'Onofrio who's just genuinely excited about life. That's what's attractive about Matt. You see waves meeting the shore, clouds floating by. They're not burdened by existential purpose. They're not trying to get somewhere. They're just authentically expressing who they are, as should you. You need to be you. My goal in being me is not for anybody to be a criminally insane lunatic. My goal is to be as an authentic version of myself, to give other people permission to be an authentic version of themselves and not pretend and not be someone else, because there's only one of you. Don't let anybody tell you who you are. Don't let anybody tell you what you can and you can't do. what preferences to have or styles or beliefs. Nature's not obsessed with justification. It just moves and it unfolds and it experiments. We project our anxiety and our beliefs onto our Amway business and call it purpose. What is belief and faith but just not considering the alternative? It doesn't change the fact that we don't actually know when we insist we know. You can believe gravity doesn't exist as hard as you want. You can believe it as hard as you want, but you're going to flip around and find out if you try it out, if you know what I'm saying. In the quiet admission about faith and that quiet admission about faith and belief often comes the ability to explore and find true belief and true faith, not superficial faith, not superficial belief. After that kind of holy rage of that threat comes by and subsides, faith needs to be explored. Belief needs to be explored and questioned. Otherwise, you're just absorbing something. We have to wrestle with that. Why does a bird sing? Why does a wave rise and fall? Why does a star burn? We say survival. But survival for what? To repeat the same dance again? Which tells us something important here. The point isn't arrival, it's expression. It's expression. To Amway ears, purposelessness sounds offensive. It's useless, it's irresponsible. How am I going to accomplish my goals? But mountains don't hustle. Rivers don't grind. They aren't achieving anything. But they're magnificent and they're trustworthy. We confuse trust with control. And I often hear people misunderstand that. They're looking to project certainty onto life when it's just another illusion. Real trust is letting go, letting the other person learn and fail and strive valiantly. Like throwing a ball. You don't carry it and open the person's hand and put it in their hand. You got to let it go. Life requires the same courage. Requires the same courage to let go of the outcomes and enjoy what you're doing. Because you don't know what day you're going to meet a platinum. You don't know what day is going to be the right day. There might be 1,000 bad days for one day that makes up for all of it. But you have to let go. You have to be willing to let the ball fly. And if you don't trust life, inside or outside, we build systems of control, rules, bureaucracies, hierarchies. We outsource our responsibility for living. Help people affirm their inner voice. Help them affirm who they are and their direction and to hear it. They'll always go in the right direction. But affirm their inner voice. Don't trample it. They may have a different syntax of values than you do. It's not about being right or wrong. It's not about being wrong or better. Different people believe and value different things, and that's okay. The Cardonas are very different than Callan and I. We love them dearly, and we love their differences, because that's what makes a team work. If everybody's the same, we're all homogenous, believe and say the same thing, we've lost our competitive advantage, because we all have different strengths. We all can do different things. And if you don't make the private choice to be authentic, slowly life becomes acceptable for sure, but you're no longer alive. You become your own jailer, afraid to be foolish, afraid to fail, afraid to dance, afraid to sing because what someone's going to think of you, making fun of your dancing or singing, afraid to be seen, afraid to be known for fear of ridicule. But if you're not authentic, no one knows you. What they love is a projection. Life's messy, it's unpredictable, and it's playful, and it's beautiful. You can't schedule awe. You can't manufacture insight. You can't force meaning and you can't change people. It's an illusion. I can't change you. They can't change you. You might be inspired by something someone says to then change your actions, but you're the captain of your fate. You're the master of your soul. No one else. No one can change your life. Those things happen when you loosen your grip. You stop taking life so seriously all the time. And it matters because play exists. If your play only exists to improve productivity, it's not play. I love that Tony plays golf. I love that Dana's painting. I love that when you have hobbies. I think if you're not listening to music and watching films and reading literature and having hobbies and enjoying your life in between building your business, I've read hundreds of personal development books. I've done thousands, if not tens of thousands of meetings. Between that, I think you're missing your life. I believe that a work-life balance is a dissenting view, and I think our differences empower us. It's just a different version. There's acute seasons you're going to go platinum if you want to. There's acute seasons you have to sacrifice, but I think that they should be finite. And I think that spending time with your family and enjoying what you're doing, and might be working really hard, and for a season it will be working really hard. And there was a season that Callum was sleeping 2 or 3 hours a night, so I'm not saying you don't work hard. I'm very often misunderstood that I have some type of ideology of mediocrity, which I think is comical because I think I have a fair amount of success. I just think that enjoying life and peace of mind and choosing to work hard and choosing to do what you do is much more important than just monetary success. I think that's the trophy. Take a walk in the woods, look at the clouds, and from that space, something remarkable happens. Life stops feeling like a test or a punishment, or that everything happens for a reason. I don't believe that. I believe that saying everything has a purpose is cruel and often diminishes other people's suffering. Things happen. Life's not fair. It's absurd. We give life meaning and a narrative. It's not given to us. We give life meaning and a narrative. It's not inherent in reality, which that frees you from being a victim. It frees you from being punished by something happening. Life's not about peak moments. It's a cup of coffee for 10 minutes. It's me taking Pierce to karate every week. It's FaceTiming with Luis and Jackie and baby Enzo over Christmas break to share our lives together. It's laughing with Dennis Nafty. It's talking about an OAR concert with Amanda Crystal. You don't need to chase once-in-a-lifetime peak moments when you experience and live your life properly every day. They become nice cherries on top. It's nice, but it's not the sundae. I don't think it should be your focus. And I hope you play your role well. I hope you choose to fill a row in a section, but just know, don't confuse your role with who you are. The mask can come off, and because of that, you're free. Play, learn, contact with no regard, do meet and greets, dance like no one's watching, regardless if they make fun of you. Sing, regardless of who judges you. Be magnificent. Fail gloriously. Laugh heartily at life, at sorrow. Laugh when things go wrong. Laugh when people quit. Laugh at yourself. Love. Love deeply. Feel it all. But whatever you do, don't miss the show by being too busy hunting for its meaning. The meaning's in the music. The meaning's in the dance. We are the music and we are the dance. We love you.
For the calendar year 2024, the average income from Amway for all U.S. registered IBOs at the Founders Platinum level and below was $723 before expenses. See www.amway.com/income-disclosure for details and the most up-to-date information. Earnings depend on many factors, including customer base, business experience, effort, dedication, and quality and performance of the downline sales team. While the techniques and approaches suggested have worked for others, no one can guarantee that these techniques and approaches will work for you. In addition, we want to emphasize that success in this business does not come without hard work. This is a copyrighted program of Markerman Productions, affiliated with MarkerNet Incorporated. Duplication of this program is strictly prohibited. For existing IBOs only, not for use with prospects.